This is the most disliked place on Earth, a desert which is almost empty of human life, but still a magnificent example of engineering is being built here, which is no less than a wonder in itself. In the middle of the Atacama Desert of Chile, it is connected to the sea. The construction work of the world's largest telescope is going on the top of a 10,000 feet high mountain. When completed, this telescope will be 40% higher than the Leaning Tower of Pisa. It will be able to see the distant planets of our universe 5,200 times closer than our eyes can see, and these images will be 15 times sharper than the Hubble Space Telescope. But building the world's largest telescope in the driest place on Earth is nothing short of a miracle. The Atacama Desert is the driest area in the world after Antarctica, where some parts are found where not even a single drop of rain has fallen in history. This telescope can go back in time. How will the universe's first galaxy be able to see stars and planets? How can this telescope help scientists in finding other planets like Earth? And most of all, it will help scientists and the construction team during the construction of a dome the size of a football field in the heights of the Atacama Desert. What difficulties did he face? Once again, welcome in the videos of Wow Mystery, scattered in 1,000 kilometers on the Pacific Ocean front of South America. This is Chile's Atacama Desert, which is considered to be the driest place in the world after Antarctica. Here, there are such unique colors of nature which we are probably seeing for the first time. Volcanoes are found here with great difficulty. Apart from this, Death Valley salt. A series of clouds and mist spread over thousands of square kilometers filled with water is found, which is unique in the whole world. But the one thing which is most important for life is not available here. That's water. The landscape of the desert is such that it does not rain here. There are even some areas which have not seen even a single drop of rain in history. Despite all these specialties, the Atacama Desert presents the scene of an alien planet, and perhaps this is the reason. The European Space Agency also tested its Mars rover here, 1,300 kilometers away from Chile's capital Santiago, and 130 kilometers away from the nearest city. This non-ordinary project is being built on this mountain 10,000 feet high above sea level, which will give humanity the opportunity to see the view of other worlds in space. The European Southern Observatory, also known as ESO, is building a very big telescope on this spot, which will be called Extremely. It has been named Large Telescope, or ELT in short, although its construction has not been completed yet. But looking at it, it will not be difficult to guess why it was given this name. A very large mirror will be installed in this telescope, whose diameter will not only be 39 meters larger, but will also be 4 times larger than the largest telescope so far. Surprisingly, this mirror can collect 100 million times more light than the human eye. But the condition is that not even a single particle of soil should fall on it. To avoid this, the telescope will be covered with a very big steel dome, whose weight is almost as heavy as 2,400 pickup trucks, means 6,000 tons. 2 very big doors will be installed on this dome, which will remain closed during the day. This dome is so high that even the Statue of Liberty can stand inside it, and if we talk about expansion, then an entire football field can also be built inside it. A high-tech platform has been installed below it, which enables the entire telescope to rotate 360 degrees so that it is easy to see any part of the sky at night. It is worth thinking that in this desolate area of the world where there is no population around for miles, how could the construction team have started this complicated project, especially where there were no roads, no electricity, no water, and on top of that, construction was also done on the top of the mountain. They were the first in Europe to undertake this project. They visited many places, but in the end they had to choose this location in South America. There is a European government organization in which members from 16 countries are present. The project head says that there are many reasons behind selecting this place for LT. First of all, they wanted a place for the telescope where there is no city far away. Its region is light pollution. You must have noticed that even at night, there is often light pollution. There is light above the cities, and if there are clouds above, they are also clearly visible. This light is much more than the light of a star thousands of light years away, which can spoil the image generated by the telescope, very much like this. All the locations are present on the mountains in Europe itself, so why was this location in South America chosen? It is not enough to just protect ET from light pollution. It is also very important to have clear sky. Europe mostly has tropical weather, due to which there are often clouds here, but because the Atacama Desert is one of the driest parts of the world, there are no clouds here for 320 days out of 365 days of the year, which is very important to see the distant galaxy. In 2010, the team conducted tests at various places, and finally, they found this location in the Atacama Desert to be the best, a 3,000-meter-high mountain called Cerro Amazon. But the issue was that, like other mountains, it was a very sharp mountain. That is, no one can climb on it. It would not be possible to do any kind of construction in this condition. Hence, it was very important to cut the top of this mountain and straighten an area as big as 7 football fields. Imagine that. Building a 3,000-meter-high mountain and a huge plain on top of it was very difficult and dangerous to do with the help of expert waiters. Hence, in 2014, the construction team took the help of explosives by making holes at various places on the top of the mountain. They were inserted and demolished using a remote controller. In this process, 100 meters of the top of the mountain was blown away, which contained 47 lakh cubic meters of soil. This was enough soil to fill 1,911 Olympic-sized swimming pools. After removing the soil and rocks, the top was leveled and a path was built to reach the top, but this was just the beginning. The ground was made as flat as football fields, but at the same time, a big issue came to the fore, an issue due to which the engineering team of ELTC noticed that sinkholes were being formed at various places on the top of the mountain. They would have filled them again, but some only time after this, many spots would have caved in on their own. This was the biggest issue that stood in the way of laying the foundation of ELT. In fact, the explosives that were used to blow up the top of the mountain had caused a lot of damage to the core of the mountain. There were cracks in the stones, and at various places the soil started sinking inside. After every few months, there would be movement in the stones inside, and then new sinkholes would be formed. To deal with this issue, engineers did many drills in this ground, and with the help of vibration, the ground was artificially stabilized so that all the sinkholes to be made were made in one go. Finally, the vibration method worked, and by filling the sinkholes, the top of the mountain was once again leveled. This entire process, it took the next 5 years to complete, and now the next phase was to lay the foundation of Atacama. This was not going to be any ordinary foundation. This part of Atacama Desert is a geologically active region where earthquakes are very common. To protect the expensive parts of the telescope from earthquakes, the foundation was kept separate from the dome above. Many hydraulic shock absorbers have been installed between the foundation and the dome, which absorb the earthquake shocks between the metal dome and the telescope inside it. Do not allow access to the mirror. Foundation work was completed in 2023, and now it was the turn of the telescope. Steel structure of the amazing Dome of the Dome, base camp under the mountain in different parts. After that, to transport these parts to the top of the mountain, these remote control trucks were used, which one by one took the steel frames to the top of the mountain. After reaching the top, cranes placed these panicked structures together in such a way, like Legos are put together. The network of roads to reach this part of the Atacama Desert was largely already built, because there is also a second telescope of 20 kilometers away on the LT side, which is for ELT, which is called Large Telescope, or VLT. This road network was extended to Cerro Amazon. The reason behind making ELT the world's largest telescope is its mirror, which is 39 meters big. Currently, efforts are being made to control this big mirror. A structure is being built inside the dome for this, and you can get an idea of how big it is from the worker who is standing on top of the frame. This 39-meter mirror is made up of a total of 800 small pieces. Its function is to multiply any light coming from space and send it to the secondary mirror M2. From M2, this light will go to M3 and then to M4. M4 will make the image more sharp, and for this purpose, the powerful light installed on the dome is used. Laser beams will be used. These lasers are usually set at a wavelength that excites sodium atoms in the 90-kilometer sky, causing them to glow and become an artificial star. The telescope uses this artificial star as a reference point to determine in real time how the atmosphere is distorting or blurring the light. Once the distortion in the atmosphere is detected, then the blurriness present in the image of the telescope is easily eliminated. This entire process is called adaptive optics. After eliminating the blurriness of the image with M4, this light M5, and here, The image is corrected and sent for processing. Enough about the wonderful working of the telescope. The biggest question here is that EATM will be the telescope which will take direct photographs of the exoplanet outside our solar system. We'll be able to find those planets in which there is a possibility of existence of life. Currently, through these exhaustive graphs, we can know what the atmosphere is like on those planets, and from the atmosphere we will know that there. But whether there is water or not, carbon dioxide or oxygen or any such creature, which is creating pollution like Earth, due to such a big mirror of ELT, a lot of light will be collected in it, and through this we can see the early days of the universe. If you do not know, then let us tell you that light has a fixed speed and it cannot travel faster than that. Taking advantage of this, we can easily see it in the past of the universe. A simple example is the first ray of our sun. Every day when sunrise occurs, we are actually looking at the sun's past because sunlight takes approximately 8 minutes to reach the world. Hubble Space Telescope also looks back 13.4 billion years in the universe. Can see, that is, its mirror also captures the slow light which had emerged in the universe 1340 crore years ago and today has reached Hubble, unlike ELT. The 39 meters big mirror is capable of seeing light that is 100 million years older than the Hubble telescope, that is, 1,350 million light-years away. According to scientists, the Big Bang, due to which our universe was created, happened 1,380 million years ago, which means this: that ELT can also capture the scene 300 million years after the birth of the universe. Here it is also important for you to know that ELT is undoubtedly very big, but it is only the mirror on the mirror will be the largest among the telescopes, whereas the radio telescopes have a very large dish, as in the Golden Eye. Instead of mirrors, these telescopes look into the past through radio waves, and then their images are created through a computerized process, but directly, visually. ELT is going to be the largest telescope in the world till date. If we talk about the expenditure on it, then surprisingly, the expenditure on ELT has been estimated at $1.6 billion. This is almost the same amount spent on building the world's tallest building, Burj Khalifa. According to experts, the construction of ELT will be completed in 2029. After being completely ready, perhaps it will be able to answer the biggest question whether we can really build this building. Are you alone in the universe, or are you living on a planet like Earth, thousands of light years away? I hope you people will like and share this video of Wow Mystery. Thank you very much for your comments. See you in the next great video.